Imagine being able to make people believe that you can predict the future with no skills or previous experience at all. Sounds cool, right? Well, get ready because I'm about to teach you one of the easiest and most deceptive psychological card force and how to implement it as a strong and powerful prediction. I promise you that after this video and just a little bit of practice, you'll be ready to impress and fool anybody with just an ordinary deck of cards. So if it sounds good to you, grab your deck of cards, sit down, and let's get into it. And for that, first, I would like, please, before anything else, to shuffle.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I'm gonna ask you to look at me.
Cannot do two things at once.
Well, no worries.
Okay.
It's okay. Just try to do your best.
Uh-huh.
I think so. I'm gonna go for this. You look this type of person. Yeah, I think so. Well, let's go for this one. And whenever you're done, just finish up. And by the way, Ruben, I don't know if you play poker, but are you familiar with a poker deck?
Yes.
You know, have spades, diamonds, hearts, yeah?
Uh-huh.
It's important that you know.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
And you shuffled? And
Yes,
okay.
I shuffled.
I don't want to touch it. I just want to leave it as you shuffled. And can you please square the deck?
Yes.
So from now on, I'll not be touching the deck.
Okay.
So whenever the effect happens and the magic happens, I don't want you to think, oh, you did some. I'm not touching. So you're the only one touching. And if I do, please let me know.
I will.
Okay?
I will.
So now that you shuffle, I want you please to cut somewhere in the deck, but I want you to be aware of the place where you cut. Just get your mind empty and cut somewhere without thinking as much, but be conscious of where you cut.
Okay. I will cut here.
Perfect. Now, because I'll be asking you questions, and I don't want you to think I'm distracting you, can you please take the rest and make a mark? So yeah, you put it aside, so we make a mark where you cut it?
Yes.
Perfect. So right now, my question is, are you happy with the shuffle you made?
I'm quite happy, really proud of myself.
Because
I didn't drop any card.
that's good, But what's important here is that if I had a setup or something prepared, you just destroy because you shuffle. Otherwise, I will not give you for shuffle. Then the other thing is, how many possibilities do you have of like cutting in a place and get the card I tell you to get?
One out of all the cards of
the 52, yeah?
52, yeah.
Or 54, yeah, with the jokers.
The jokers,
yeah. And the other question is, did I touch so far?
No, you didn't.
Okay, you know, that's important because then I don't want you to come back saying, no, you did something.
Okay.
You know, if I didn't touch. So now that we know this, I want you please to take out the card where you cut. Can you please remove it? Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Put it aside.
Okay.
Square the rest of the deck.
Okay.
And I still don't want to touch, so I'm gonna ask you please to cut somewhere else.
Okay.
Look, if you have cut it here, can you please reveal what's the card you chose?
Yes.
The 7 of spades. Yeah. Put it back. Square. If you cut somewhere else,
here.
Get the card. You would have cut on the 5 of hearts.
Yeah.
As you can see, finish. Every cut you do leads you to a different card. So there's nothing that maybe you always cut to the same place. Every cut leads you to a different one. And in a moment that will never be repeated in time, you cut exactly the place, consciously or not.
Okay.
People does it consciously or other randomly, but you cut exactly at that card. Can you please reveal it for me? What's the card you? I knew you are this type of people.
Really?
Yes. Because, believe it or not, you were destined to pick this card.
What?
Right now, like this, it feels like I'm just, you know, selling smoke to you, as we say in Spain, like vender humo.
Vender humo.
But there should be a proof that I knew that in advance, so we can confirm that's your destiny. Believe it or not, you were able to choose the only option that you could have at that moment, which is the 2 of hearts. And this is for you to remember that destiny is written.
Cool.
Thank you. So for this effect, as in other tutorials you might see in this channel, we're gonna need a key card.
Okay.
That is not gonna tell us something about the card you chose. It's gonna be the information itself that will allow us to create this prediction.
Okay.
What we just did here is what is known as an open prediction. It's not really open because we're not saying, hey, this is a prediction and I put it here. It's kind of like in between, because whenever you do an open prediction, you have to be sure that the methodology you're using to get into the chosen car is 100% secure. Otherwise, it will be hard to get you out of that situation. So I recommend you, this is a very safe way to get there, but I like to keep the mystery and keep people thinking what happened here and not give it as much attention, because whenever I start to explain what just happened here, people will start to make all the logical puzzle and they will end up as you did, like, oh, wait, here's the thing. So they will create expectations, and when we reveal it, we just crash. Yeah. So you can follow it as this or not, but this is my personal recommendation. We need to start with the idea that first we start with a shuffle deck, so there's nothing set up. And the other thing, since we don't have to touch, is to use this as an asset. Just try to exploit it as much, because people tend to have a strong link with these two ideas. If the magician touch, the magic happens. If the magician doesn't touch the cards, it's impossible that the magic can happen. So I want you to have this relationship of concepts that that spectators have, and try to get it on my favor as much as I can. So I all the time trying to emphasize this and try to make it, clear that there's nothing I can do. And for that, first I start by first asking them for shuffle. And here you can just write it down without saying anything, but I like to play around with expectations. So I ask you, okay, look at me while you're shuffling, and I'm already go to put the card I'm gonna predict. Yeah. If you are an experienced magician, you can already have the prediction beforehand, like not open, but just there. And then you can reveal it. Because what we're gonna do now is to get this card, in this case the two of hearts, to the position we need it to then go through the method and force it. But you can do also is create the card on the spot. Once you finish the shuffle, I can see what is the top card and then write it down. But I think from magic point of view, it's better if something that you want about to predict is already on the table before anything happens. Yeah? So here, how I like to do it like this. But now we have to work. We have to get the card we need to choose and locate it at the top of the deck. So the easiest way, if you are not an experienced magician, is to go through the deck, and once you see, in this case, the two of hearts, just get it with you by talking, just break or split the deck, and then try to play with this ambiguity situation, like what's the top of the packet, and finish it like this. This is not only what we have to do, also we need to justify why we go through the deck, because we don't want to think people that we are, arranging something or look at something, which is actually what we're doing. But we need to do it in a natural way. So the excuse I build is like, oh, by the way, do you know the poker deck? Because a lot of people, you'll be surprised that they saw magic and they like magic, but they don't even know how diamonds how clubs are named in their own language or in English. So you can just go easily by saying, oh, if you know the poker deck, we have diamonds, we have, for example, clubs, we also have spades and so on. And this is an excuse for you to go and look for the two of hearts. In this case, we're gonna hear, and once we see it, we just go look up, communicate, and emphasize the fact that the deck was shuffled. Something I could do, and it's just add this sound that things were shuffled. It's more like kind of a personal choice. I do this, but you shuffle, right?
I did.
So what I did now in the Ascanio philosophy is a concept known as clouding question. That what it's doing is creating a misdirection in the mind. So whenever I complete the cut, instead of you focusing on this, you're focusing on answering the question. So I can say like, you shuffle, right? And then you complete the cut. So in this case, I already have it on the top. Let's put it in the middle. So I go like this and say like, but you shuffle, right? Oh, sorry, I put it on the bottom. So you get it here and you say, but you shuffle, right?
I did.
And now by doing this clowning question, their focus is on like answering and remembering if they shuffle or And now you emphasize in case somebody is thinking, okay, what's going on? Say like, oh, but you shuffle and I don't want to touch it anymore. So you are getting away as much as possible any of the actions you took and any of the questions I could do while you're doing this. So here, and as most of the tricks, attitude is key, and it's probably the 80% of the thing, especially when there's not much skill here to use. So we have the top card, the card we just predicted here. We haven't revealed what we just wrote here. People could imagine it's a prediction, but this will not affect you because, again, the process to get to the card will just make them forget temporarily what just happened here. We start in these conditions. Again, I'm emphasizing I will not want to touch the deck anymore, and if I do, please let me know so I also get them involved on this idea. And what I'm gonna ask them, the first thing is to cut the deck. But because, and from my personal point of view, I like to do this, I want them to be aware of where they cut. I kind of ask them kind of a contradictory thing because I want them to be aware but not think much about it, because I don't want them to think on their minds, I want to cut exactly here or get a very specific place, but I don't want them to also just be led randomly to cut somewhere, because I don't want it to be an excuse that, oh, I just cut it what the magician wanted, because still later we're gonna also add an extra psychological layer there. But I like to create this kind of contradiction, ambiguity that later I can get, and you can confirm like, yeah, I was conscious where I was cutting, because it will play a role and make the prediction stronger. So here I'm gonna ask you, please try to be aware where you're cutting, but not think much about it. Okay, so cut and put it aside. Okay, perfect. And now I need to justify to get into the procedure of what it's known as the crisscross force. And to do that, what I'm doing is, Ruben, I'm gonna be asking you questions now, and I don't want you to think I'm distracting you. That's what I'm doing. So to do that, we're gonna mark the place where you cut it. So I'm gonna please ask you to take it and put it aside like this. So we are marking the place where you cut it. So what I'm doing right now is to condition your behavior by my gestures, and I don't have to give you a lot of instructions. You understand that you have to do this, and this will make it a lot clearer. If you have to describe exactly, like turn around 90 degrees and so on, it will be harder. Your memory will start to go like, oh, he was messing around with me, okay? Right now, this is the initial phase of the crisscross force. This is not good right now, because it's easy for a spectator to say like, well, where I cut it was here, you know? So we need you to get away from this image. And what I'm gonna use now is the clouding question, but let's say in a more developed way, because what I'm creating right now here is what's known in the scanning philosophy as forgetfulness parenthesis. That what it's gonna allow me is you to forget all what's going on here, but without you being conscious. You know what's happened, but you will forget the key details that will lead you to the secret of it. So this is a beautiful Scanio concept that I recommend you to go through his book. And if you understand the concept, you will see it used in a lot of effects. And actually it's very useful. And for that, what I'm gonna do is to ask you 3 questions. One, I feel it's not as good. 2, I think it's there, but I think 3 is a sweet spot to create this nice, well-spaced but not too long forgetfulness parenthesis, so you can forget what happened here. So I can continue leading you without you questioning what happened or like, oh, I missed something. So what I'm gonna do here is to make 3 questions that are related to what just happened, but that are going to the wrong focus, because the focus here is like you cut it and you cut exactly on this card. So I'm asking you, you shuffle, right?
I did.
Okay, so first question, and if you want, you can develop it more, but you felt everything got, you know, well mixed and so on. This could still count as 1 because I'm talking about the same concept, shuffling. And then I can go, which one you think is a probability for you to cut exactly the card you wanted? And this is even a more complex question that makes you go into math and think like probabilities and so on. So I think with this question, it will be good to go.
Yeah, like already.
But still, I want to be sure. And once you give me the chances, I can also share this 152. And if you want to give percentage, you can also give percentage as you want. And then I go for the third one, and you can say like, did I touch the deck? You know, and they need to recap and go back in time. So all this information right now starts to be blurry. It is clear because you can see it, but it's blurry on how we got there. So I ask you this, and you, of course, there's no other way to say yes.
Yes,
yeah?
exactly.
So it's reinforcing again the idea. So I'm like trying to put layers as much as I can so I can play with all these ideas and make the prediction strong. So once we're here, we come back here, yeah? And without any further question, once everything is clear, I say like, so now that you cut it exactly what you wanted, I want you please to take out the car where you cut me into. So as you can see, with my gesture, I'm just telling him that there's a car where he cut into. And if you go with, if you did all this parentheses and go with the rat attitude, nobody will question, oh, no, but I cut it here. Because again, the focus is not here anymore, it's here. And this is blurry now. So I want you to please to put aside the car where you cut me into, and now square the deck.
Okay.
So we now deleted all the evidence. By the way, this of course will be facing down, so it will not, it will not be face out, of course, yeah. So now we have here the card we wanted to force already forced, and once you square it, because you don't touch, all evidence is gone. But still, it's not good enough for me yet, because what I want you now to have in memory is what the procedure we're about to do. Because I also want to reinforce that this is not casualty, or that I have a method for you to cut whatever I want. So what I'm gonna do now is asking you, look, if I ask you to cut somewhere else, can you please cut?
Okay.
Can you show it? You would have cut on this car.
Okay.
So now I'm erasing the idea that you cut exactly what I want because this is a trick deck or something like this. So go ahead, cut somewhere else.
Okay.
So like this, what I'm creating is the contrast, because what they can see now is that every time they cut, they get into random cards. So this inheritedly is telling them that this is a random card, okay? So you cut somewhere else, and I'm showing them to another card. So every card is unique here, or every card leads you to a unique card. Can you please complete?
Yes.
And now we are in the perfect situation to build up the climax. So here, normally I can go first with a prediction. It's also very nice, go with the prediction first, but you need one of the two informations revealed before. Don't do it at the same time, because then they need to process and maybe the impact is not as strong. So reveal one of the two informations. Could be first maybe the prediction. I recommend you to test it and see what fits or what you think is best. But in this case, in the performance, we went for the car. So normally when I ask them to turn over the car after, like, imagine one moment in time that will not be repeated, and adding the time and something that's not repeated, it is true and it's kind of deep, or like it's kind of like mind-blowing. I like to introduce this so you can use it. So after I introduce all this and I prepare the climax, I just show that these are two hearts. But remember, the prediction is somehow forgotten. And I want people to start realize this by me saying like, wow, I knew it. And if you are not still aware that there was a prediction, people will be like, what do you mean you knew it? Or I like to say like, congratulations. And people gets kind of like, okay, you started a climax, now what the fuck is going on? So I create this, let's say, roller coaster of emotions and thoughts that then inevitably leads you to like, oh, no way. No way. So we passed from here now to like, what's going on? And now like, oh, there's a prediction here that once I confirm it, it just goes poof, skyrocketed punches on your expectations. So I go, here I prepare, like, believe it or not, without me touching the deck. You did everything. You were destined to take the two hearts. Because we have here, exactly,
Two hearts.
the two hearts, the prediction. Well, that was the tutorial. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. And if so, please don't forget to give me a like. This will help me a lot. Also, if you have any questions or comments about it, don't forget to use the comment section, as I'll be very happy to assist you throughout your learning process, and also be aware of your feedback. And if you like this type of tutorials, consider subscribing, as I'll be uploading many other tutorials and videos in the future that I'm sure you'll be interested in. And now, if you want to keep learning with me, I'm letting you hear these super cool videos and tutorials that I'm sure you will enjoy. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial till the end, and I hope to see you in the next one.